warming up, but this one, it's always for everybody, but, you know, I'm going to be talking a bit about things that Christopher Skum God on YouTube might understand. Don't know, but we do have a dialogue. It took a while. It might go away as quick as it can, too. I did. Way back a couple years ago, we had a brief dialogue, and we both kind of moved on. And, you know, I get here, and I'm got a little bit of mental time free, and thinking about him, and I can send him a message, but I couldn't get the message back. YouTube went with Google, so the only way I can access it is through Google Chrome. It comes through just fine there, but I can't do it on Internet Explorer. So his comment from yesterday or so, I can't paraphrase it, but I do know he has a lot of Native American blood in him. And he's, yeah, so have I. You know, not everybody goes through the kind of hell that the working class can go through. But everybody's hell is their own hell, and it ain't fun. You have to figure out a way through. Yeah, he mentioned, I'm not a person, I'm an entity. I said, yeah, I knew that. Personality, you know. He's still got some things that he is working on. But it never really changed the core of who he is. It just helped make him a little bit happier being who he is. And again, that goes for everybody. But he pretty much is a warrior. You know, the mindset of a warrior. We do need that. Samurai, you know, so on and so forth. The whole needs a whole bunch of different things. And then when it's really intense up there, you really become that thing. But, you know, it doesn't have to be war in the context that you actually go kill somebody. A lot of times you can kill people in your head. And for me, that's demons. If I kick the garbage out, I beat them up, squash their brains out, whatever. Get away from me. It takes a while. Eventually you get strong enough on the inside to do it there. Physically, you pretty much can't do that out there. I mean, governments are much bigger than individuals. The movies show what the governments can do against individuals. Not just ours. You know, but he was like, in my thoughts, I must destroy that and their children, because this is what I must do. That could encompass whatever one wants to, but if you're a servant of God, then killing that would mean killing the things that would like to kill us. Even though they pretend they don't, or even don't know they do, but they do anyhow. Evil does not coexist well with good. It needs us, but it needs us at a distance. Keep the sheep at a distance so I can get my share without, you know, getting in the middle of them. That don't work for me as a bad guy or a demon even. But, you know, everything is 50-50. Dark side's got its share, good side's got its share, but the dark side had its start, and we've been fighting our way back, and Daddy said we could. So you're going to make it on earth as it was in heaven, one of you at a time. well worth it for good. It's well worth it for evil in the context that their goal is to keep us as slaves or kill us. Basically, like in the old-fashioned 50s and 60s sci-fi, keep the cattle happy so we can feed off of them or something. But don't let them get too smart, you know, they might figure out what we're doing. Lots of movies talk about that. Not everybody can be the master. Lots of them on Earth. We defeated a lot of them. When you look throughout history, I don't know. Much more to be done. Okay, Chris, if you want to cut off, that's fine. Assuming you check in, but I think you will. But I'm just going to talk about whatever after this. That was mainly for you. There ain't a whole lot of warriors like yourself inside. Entity. This is what I am. Take it or leave it. Yeah. As long as you're not destroying things, well, hopefully you're helping out to build. And each one does different things. It does. That's true. Ain't no Arctic vortex with a damn cold outside. I remember when it was 2 and 3 degrees, just walking to the car, you might take 10 minutes to reload to warm up. Today's project. Put up a shelf in the computer room behind the now smaller monitors that we can actually put something behind it. Basically Edenizing the computer room. Dan will be like, I can't water them, I'll spill it. It's true. At least with the watering container we have now. You move too far all over the place. You know, that's my activities, and that ain't too bad. Diane gets her own kind of activity. I'm a male, she's a female. I'm Jeff, she's Diane. We all different in terms of everything. But in terms of activities, I have mine, she has hers. I probably most of the time take care of watering them. She sprays them once in a while. Mister. no Arctic vortex. 25 degrees, pretty damn cold to me. 3 is worse. Yesterday, don't know if I know I made a video on Honda Insight versus Prius, but I don't know if I mentioned that I got underneath, when I got down on the ground and I scoped out the chassis, suspension. In order to jack this baby up, all I need really is some half-inch aluminum or copper piping, exactly the right size to fit under the springs and on top of the suspension, and either spot weld or something, make sure it stays. They don't weld the springs or anything, so I probably don't need to, but it sounds like a good idea to me. Not a big spot weld either, because you just want to be able to take it off if you ever needed to. So that looks like an easy do. Darren knows how to do that. I know how to do that. I don't have the tools. He probably does. New rims, fatter tires, still that fit underneath the wheel wells. When they go outside the wheel wells, you start splattering all over the place and messy. I'm trying to save up some money for that. Plus, I'm trying to save up money for advertising the deregulated utilities. It's a potential gold mine, but you actually have to have some sort of motivational power to get people to switch their electricity. Seriously, it takes that. Most likely, it's in the middle. I know every time you switch, unless you're at the bottom, somebody's going to offer you less. You stay with the original provider, it's a little bit more. You switch to a lower one, it's a little less, and then you get everybody saying, "Oh my God, they switched." Let's send them an offer. But that's the free market. So for $5 or $10 over or under, that's about what it comes down to for the average, actually less than that for the average consumer. Similar to gas stations. They're almost always within a penny of each other, so it's, who do I like better? Lately I've been doing Sunoco or Exxon. Supposedly, they actually add a fraction of a drop per gallon of goodies that are supposed to help clean your engine. So I gotta pay that high, I kind of generally choose that. But I'll buy anywhere if I really need gas. It all works. Typically end up buying a fuel injector cleaner eventually anyhow. And then, yeah, I want a real driveway. Ours is basically dirt. Figuring a tractor trailer of rocks, probably way too much actually. But at least 2.5, 3 inches deep. This is the first time. Well, I've only been here a year and a half. But I didn't see it when I got here, so this might be the first time. It's been so damn wet and then frozen, which freezes, especially 2 to 3 degrees, freezes it several layers down, and when it thaws, you got ruts in your yard. I actually have a yard. I'm so thrilled. You know, I like it to be pretty in my book, and she wants it to be pretty in her book. Except I usually do all the work. It's okay. Good activity. As long as it didn't bother me too much. Commented back to a couple others on the insight. What fun it might be to, I'm certainly looking forward to improve it. Somewhere, I can't say the exact number, but it's around 20,000 they say were sold in America, and 10,000 elsewhere. That's probably not very profitable for a mass-produced vehicle. I don't know, but it was a side spoke on a big wheel. Check it out, see if it works. It worked well, it didn't sell that well. And Toyota, well, they both do the same thing now, and both the new version of the Insight and the new version of the Prius both get 50 to 55 miles a gallon, unless you push it. But you know, they basically balance themselves without actually mixing any technology. They both do what is considered really, really good, but could be a lot better. 50 to 55 is awesome with what they're selling, and they both do. You know, a mid-sized family car. This one not. This is a mileage sports car. When it's finished. At the moment, it's just a high mileage little vehicle. Heat again shortly. It's funky, but that tiny house is perfect for us right now. She don't stay in the living room much. That's my space, basically. But she's either in the little computer room or she's in the bedroom. And they're both everything about the house is small. But it's big enough for when I'm in there, it's functional, and I have the outside, which I adore. I can't actually be walking around in it because I'm typically always walking or standing. Do sit when I get tired. Usually I sit out by a table, but it's winter. At least 7 months of the year I can sit at the table at night. 2 months of the year is questionable. 3 months of the